That's me in a MisterEpic video. Yes, I was featured in the MisterEpic's latest video. It wasn't just about any topic though. In his video, he talked about the PieRay. Yes, this Minecraft feature will destroy, ruin, maybe even end your SMP. At least that's what MisterEpic makes it sound like. A big part of my content has revolved about finding bases with this beautiful pie. I also feel like there's probably been 100 bases already that have been found due to my video. So yeah, that's why I'm making this video. There's plenty of reasons for it. It's not just me randomly commenting on MisterEpic's video. Before I go any further though, I need to be clear that I like the MisterEpic a lot and I have been watching him for a while now. He's one of the few Minecraft YouTubers that I still watch and it's an honor being in this video for even a few seconds. I'm mostly making this video because I think it's important that people hear the positives of PieRay before blindly judging it based on his video. And to give some clear reasons of why PieRay really is not that big of a deal. So most of you by now know how this debug menu / PieRay / pie chart, however you want to call it, works. I explain it in this video and MisterEpic did as well in his video in a very similar way. I have no proof of course that he actually watched and copied my explanation, but if you just watch both videos, you'll see that they are extremely similar, at least the explanation part. I put a lot of work into thinking about how to explain the PieRay as easy and as quick as possible, and to just see that taken away without any credit given, you know, it's fine, I guess, you know, who cares about the smaller YouTuber? You know, he could have mentioned me a little bit, you know, Ashwag did. When Ashwag used my video for his video, he gave me a shout out. It was very short, but, you know, at least he took the time to do that. Of course, maybe MisterEpic figured PieRay out by himself, which would be just a very big coincidence. And if he didn't, you know, I wouldn't mind some credits somewhere in the description, you know? I of course didn't discover PieRay by myself. There were videos about it way before me, and the first person that taught me about PieRay is a friend and YouTuber Testo. The only problem I have with this is how similar it is and the no credit given, I guess, you know. He could have, you know, copied the homework a little bit different. But yeah, no hate to MisterEpic, just feel free to subscribe and watch my PieRay video as well. Thank you. So, MisterEpic finds PieRay problematic because griefing and base hunting has become popular in servers and SMPs. Before PieRay, underground bases were safe, but nowadays you can't even leave your enchanting table out without your base getting blown up, right? Let me use an analogy that to me justifies the use of PieRay. Let's say you're going to spawn on an anarchy server, or SMP, or wherever you PvP. You got your sword with you, fully enchanted gear and some totems. You encounter a person and get ready to fight. But before you can even switch to your sword, you're dead. How? Well, the other person had crystals and double tapped you in a second. Crystals are very overpowered and completely changed combat forever. If you don't know how to use crystals or just didn't know people use crystals in PvP at all, then you're at a disadvantage and you can't participate in spawn PvP or any PvP on servers nowadays. Crystals became the new meta for PvP and it's now widely accepted. In my opinion, PieRay is just that, the new meta for base hunting. If you don't know how to hide your base and leave your shulkers out, paintings on the wall, and aren't careful enough, you get found. Hiding your base was way too easy before, and this at least adds a little bit of spice to base hunting and hiding your base. You actually have to consider all different implications of the new meta. And I find this to be so much more fun, and I'm clearly not the only one. I think getting mad at PieRay comes from a feeling of helplessness. MisterEpic, in my opinion, makes it sound as if you can't really do anything about PieRay. Even though he does explain how you can hide from PieRay, the implication throughout the entire video is like, this is gonna destroy your server and there's nothing you can do. So if you aren't familiar with my content, I mostly play no-hack anarchy servers like Uneasy Vanilla. If you want to hear more about this, then definitely watch these videos. But every base hunter, well, every decent base hunter in these anarchy servers will tell you that PieRay is not a big deal at all. Sounds pretty weird, right? Well, PieRay is basically only useful near spawn. If you want to go base hunting further than like 50,000 blocks away, nobody in their right mind is gonna just fly in a straight line with PieRay, because that would just take so insanely long and the chances of finding something are almost nothing. Any other base hunting technique is preferred when not base hunting near spawn. Of course, it doesn't hurt to have PieRay open while you base hunt, but this is not gonna have a big impact unless you're just lucky and happen to literally fly over a base. Also, it's very easy to hide your base from PieRay if you want to live near spawn. Just use barrels. Put everything in barrels, and with everything I don't mean this abomination of a base in the MisterEpic video. You could technically have a mega base underground and just put these select few blocks in a barrel when you don't use them, and you're fine. It's barely an inconvenience. If you want to make an actual big base without having to worry about PieRay, just go a few million blocks out and you're safe forever basically. On most servers, even a few 100,000 blocks is safe enough. Oh, and by the way, the MisterEpic says that you can't use chests because they show up on PieRay. You can definitely just use chests. I don't know why he thinks you can't. Chests are literally everywhere in the world, so there's just no way that any PieRay user is gonna find your base because of chests. So don't worry about that. So I have to touch on MisterEpic's part of the video where he talks about PieRay's destruction. I'm gonna be honest, this part was just kind of funny. The big base that got griefed on his server due to PieRay was just a skill issue by the owners of that base. Yes, the base was found with PieRay, but the owners literally knew that they should always hide their enchantment table and all these other blocks, and still forgot to do this because lack of skill, I guess. Another topic that really should be brought up, which MisterEpic doesn't mention at all in his video, is that the world border on his server is 55,000 blocks. Every anarchy player will literally laugh at this. 50,000 blocks is almost spawn on every anarchy server. I play on Uneasy Vanilla and I'm used to a 30 million block world border. You could easily fix the PieRay epidemic by just making the world border bigger. Hiding a base in a 50,000 block long world is very hard, even without PieRay. Also, the appeal of servers like OG Network is griefing bases, hiding bases, and PvP, right? Then doesn't PieRay just make the server more interesting? It adds more tension, and that's what people are looking for, or am I wrong? If you just want to build big bases, there are servers that allow claiming. If you only enjoy base hunting, but don't enjoy getting your base hunted, then you really shouldn't play servers like these. And thank you to the viewers that play OG Network. When I joined for a few minutes, few people recognized me immediately, and that made me very happy. On servers where PieRay is not allowed, or it doesn't work, base hunting still happens and plenty of bases still get griefed. Banning PieRay will have an impact on the amount of bases getting griefed near spawn, but other than that, it'll have low to none impact. I am not a very technical Minecrafter, so I don't understand a lot about server plugins, but I know for a fact that many anti-X-ray plugins can make PieRay almost useless. So if you really want to remove it as a server, you can, and I also saw a lot of people in the comments of MisterEpic mention similar suggestions. Also, you can definitely just ban PieRay use on a server. I don't know why MisterEpic is pretending like you couldn't just do that. There's no way you could use PieRay and not get caught. It's very obvious that it's either PieRay or X-ray. When it's banned, you literally have no excuse as to why you'd be digging down randomly and find a base. But no, I don't think it should be banned. And I will stand by my argument that it's just the new meta, which of course it is. And I personally find it stupid when servers interfere with that. One big server that banned PieRay is PieRay Vanilla. The funny thing is that this is a no-hack anarchy server. So out of all servers, you'd expect an anarchy server to allow a feature like this, right? Of course, this doesn't even have a big impact on the server, but it's just a goofy decision. And it's why I prefer streaming my base hunting on Uneasy Vanilla. the no hack anarchy server that is also massive and allows PieRay use. At the end of MisterEpic's video, in the last like 30 seconds, he has some positive thoughts about PieRay. He even gives actual good arguments on why it can be a good feature. But first of all, nobody watches till the end of videos. And the entire video frames PieRay in a very negative and destructive way. But oh well, that's what my video is for, I guess, in defense of PieRay. I really like PieRay and I think it's a fun feature, and especially on servers with a small world border, because it incentivizes base hunting, it makes it easier for everyone, and it gives faster rewards. It's just more appealing. It's honestly sad to see so much negativity to a feature that makes servers like OG Network and lifesteal servers just more fun to play. Also, I'm not sure if I went too hard on MisterEpic in this video. I hope I didn't. I respect him a lot as a creator, and this is like the first time I've ever disagreed with him on anything. But you know, I feel kinda cool. A YouTuber with 500,000 subscribers used my tutorial, so hell yeah, dudes.